What's up, Taco Bye League? It's your commissioner back for the final episode of the 2023 rookie draft grades. I'm coming at you with number 1. I'm coming at you with number 2. Let's go, huh? Nature! Oh, how about that, huh? And look at my cucumbers.
Baby problematic pickles.
At number 2, we have... the Beasts from the East. All Beasties scored a 41 out of 50. That's 82% exactly. B minus. And took second. Wow. You took 5th last year. That's plus 3 spots from last year. That's great. Biggest reach, Zach Charbonnet. Took him at 2.08. He was a second rounder, so really not that much of a reach. Just that was the biggest one you took. Biggest steal, Luke Schoonmaker. Took him 4.08. I had a third round grade on him. Tight ends can be drafted, gentlemen.
Look at Jesse Chris Edwards, I hate you!
Let's talk about the Beasts. They went from a 2-12 organization under previous management.
Fucking
And obviously that management got voted out. Got replaced by the Beasts. Whole rebrand, everything. And what happened? They took their team to an 8-6 team the following year and made it to the motherfucking playoffs. That's great. I mean, that's a complete turnaround. That's what you like to see. That's solid. But you got fucking smoked in the playoffs by me, who ultimately I went on to win the championship. We all know that. You took Jordan Addison over Quentin Johnson. Jordan Addison never has the chance to be the wide receiver 1 for the Vikings with Justin Jefferson. Let's be honest, he's the best receiver in the league right now. So, bit of a risky move. Addison could be a stud. Quentin Johnson can end up the best wide receiver with Justin Herbert throwing him the ball for 5 years, right? So, big risk. I had Addison lower, Took Stetson Bennett. One Matt Stafford injury away from him, getting in there and starting. He's basically a veteran at 25 years old. The man's the oldest rookie I've ever seen. I gave you a bunch of sweet mock-ups for your logo, and you chose the one that looks like a fish bear. Everybody go look. Oh, sorry, man. It smells like number 2 in here. You get the only poop they give me is pink, okay? So, it's a poop. The old beast with the yeast infection.
From the East. Yeah, right. One like priest in your cheeks.
All right, boys. Now we're back. We're ready for number 1. And that only leaves one more person, right? So do we need a drum roll? Absolutely, we need a drum roll. Let's go. At number 1, we have... Ravages. Wow. Look at that freaking backyard coming together. Woo. Well, that's next. Ravages took a 56 out of 60. That's a 93.3% and our only A in the draft because the rest of you suck. Except for me because I'm on some inside shit. Ravages took 12th last year. He got roasted for having the last place draft last year. He remembers. He didn't show up to the draft. He didn't hardly participate. We had to fight to get him to
Wow, what a
participate.
serious piece
and
of
now
shit that guy
he shows
was.
up to the draft and look at him. He's the best
Fuck that, I'm
drafter
the best,
in the
fuck him!
entire. I mean, come on. That's a whole 360 turnaround, right? That's a plus 11 point spot differential. That's huge. Your biggest reach was Jack Campbell.
Campbell's Eve!
Took him in the second round at 2.04. I had a bit of mid to late second round draft grade on him, but still second round draft grade. It doesn't matter. It wasn't a reach. Biggest steal, Jordan Battle.
Wow,
I had him as my
cool
defensive
name.
back one. You picked him up in the 5th round, 5.01. And I had a second round draft grade on him. Come on. So when your worst pick you take still has a second round draft grade, that's how you end up the best. Worst pick was Hendon Hooker at 405. Had a third round draft pick on him. I mean, that's not even, that's what I'm saying. Like this, that's not a bad draft pick. Hendon Hooker could end up, you know, starting out there in Detroit, maybe the Goff era, at the end of the Goff era, right? Maybe, who knows? So what'd you do? You had 101, you had 102. With 101, you take Anthony Richardson. 102, you trade it away. Pick up 104. You take
math, science,
you get a
angle.
first rounder
What the
next
fuck? Wow.
year, and then you still take who you were going to take at 102 at 104 with Bryce Young. That's
He sucks!
crazy.
That's a hell of a fucking
You end
steal!
up with the tight end one, Dalton Kincaid. I was targeting him heavily.
You fucking thieving rotten son of a bitch! You know what you fucking did?
That's stud. You ended up with defensive back one, like I told you, Jordan Battle. And you end up with the middle linebacker one with Jack Campbell.
Yeah, Drew
It's
Sanders is fucking
crazy.
better though.
Y'all just let him take from you. That said, your team still took dead last year. You got a long ways to go, and you suck. You'll never be Juice Money. I'm the best. Everyone remember that. If you take anything away from these videos this year, remember this. I'm the best, and no one's better than me, and no one will ever take what I have. Championship back to back year. I think that's 10, but that's what I'm going for. Ravages, more like savages.
But like a fuck you kind of way.
More like stinky cabbages. More like a team full of baggage.
You suck at fantasy football and you can't plumb as well as I do.
No.